Hello everybody, my name is Saige, and welcome to this video everybody. I'm sorry if the mic quality is a little bit different than usual, and if it sounds better, that's good, and if it sounds worse, I'm sorry. I don't really know. I'm trying out a bunch of different ways to record my audio here, so I'm trying something new today, so hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. Anyway guys, welcome to this video. Today, I'm going to be talking about the bow soul card, and sort of 3D touch in the sort of the same video, so if you guys do enjoy this video, I'd very much appreciate if you could click that like button and also subscribe to the channel, because I do post Pixel Gun 3D content very often, and also something really awesome is happening soon. And there is, I don't want to say too much because I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but something very epic is coming up on my channel with Pixel Gun 3D soon, involving the developers. So stay tuned for that, guys. Be sure to click that sub button and also turn on those notifications. So, I hope you guys are ready for this video because there's a lot of stuff to talk about. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So, to fully understand the title, which is probably going to be something along the lines of "Don't get this weapon on Android," to fully understand that, guys, we have to look at a few different things here. So first off, the weapon itself. This is the bow soul card, and I have to say this right away. The bow soul card is a very great weapon. It's definitely high damaging, but it's extremely difficult to use specifically for Android players. And this doesn't just apply to just the bow soul card, this also applies to weapons like the professional bow and any weapon that requires charge up time. So, what am I trying to say here? Well, the reason that you should not get the bow soul card on Android is because of how difficult it will be to use. And I will be showing you guys some different scenarios in games. But first, I gotta say specifically that using this weapon might be a little bit easier if you have higher sensitivity. But I do have very low sensitivity. I play on 0 sensitivity with no aiming help, which I will show you guys here in just a second. You can see my controls right here. I do not play with aiming help. I play on very low sensitivity, so that just gives some background on my gameplay experience with this gun. I do play on a very low sense, so I tried to bump it up to 20 during some of my games, so I can try and see if it was a little bit better than 0, and I have to admit, playing on 20 sensitivity is probably around the area you want to be with this gun because of the fact that it is a charged weapon. And I know you guys are still very confused on what this video is actually about. So, I gotta say this before, I do want to keep giving some context about what's actually happening here. So, just for starters, to talk about the damage a bit. The weapon's damage will not one-shot you if you have the Golden Division or above armor, and I don't think the Crystal Division is out yet. So if you do have the Crystal Division armor in the future, then you won't ever get one-shot by this, which is good. I think there's a small chance that you can get one-shotted with the Gold Clan armor, depending on the modules you have. So let's go ahead and hop into a duel game really quick. So this duel game, I am a pretty decent player on this map on duels. I'm pretty known for this map. I have over 5,600 wins on this map alone on duels, which is awesome. So that's definitely really good. So I went ahead and I went onto my best map that I play in the entire game to try and test out this gun. Let me just give you guys some context for that. This is the best map that I play on in the game. So the bow soul card does a lot of damage, as you can see right there. One shot. For game modes like duels, it's honestly very good. You only have to fight against one person, and you don't have to concentrate on a bunch of people trying to spam you with area damage from all around. You don't have to worry about rocket jumpers, because rocket jumping's nerfed now. But one thing that there is a little bit of a problem with, and we will see that especially later in the deathmatch games I'll be showing you guys, and that is the fact that whenever you're holding down the shoot button and you press the jump button, it actually cancels your ability to keep charging up the weapon. So as soon as you press the jump button, which you will probably see here in just a second if I haven't done so already, if you press that jump button, it will prematurely fire your weapon whenever you're not trying to fire it. Additionally, you can, if you actually slide too far to the left with this weapon, I don't know if it's a bug, but if you slide too far to the left, apparently only on Android, it will cancel the shot as well and fire randomly when you didn't mean to let go of the shoot button. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not very used to having to shoot whenever I let go of tapping the button, so I'm sorry if my gameplay isn't the greatest here. Again, 0 sensitivity, no aiming help, and using a charged weapon for one of the first times ever. But I did contact a few people about this weapon, and almost nobody has it because it is a relatively new weapon. But there were a few people who did have it, and they told me that on iOS it is not an issue to use at all. But on Android, because of the fact that you cannot move around very well or look around without having to, I don't know, take your finger off the shoot button, it's kind of annoying. And so this gun, guys, takes 4.5 to 5 seconds. I think with modules you can actually speed up the travel time, but it takes the charge up time rather. It takes 4 to 5 seconds just to load up this weapon to get it to full power. And if you have gold clan armor, which a lot of people do have now, you are very unlikely to get one shot by this weapon. Then, additionally, it doesn't work for 3-cat spam. It does give output delay to all weapons, and it does give input, and it does have input delay, so you can't go from this weapon over to the exterminator and vice versa. You can't go from the exterminator to the bow soul card. So that is immediately a big con. This is one of those weapons that you won't use as a 3-cat spammer. It's definitely a weapon that regular players would use, but like I said, 3-cat spam, it's not going to work, unfortunately. It has input and output delay, and unless you want to, spend 5 seconds in between each switch to charge up this weapon, it's probably not going to be worth it even trying anyways. So that is a major con on the weapon itself, but why specifically Android? Well, on iOS you have something called 3D touch, and 3D touch is when you press down actually on the joystick that you move around with, which lets you jump. That is something that Android users do not have. Why? I don't exactly know. But whenever you have 3D touch, you have the ability to jump around and move much easier than you can on Android, because whenever you're able to jump around and move a lot, you have a better ability to dodge weapons like area damage. So if you're going up against somebody who's spamming area damage, which does happen a few times in the next game and a little bit in this one, which you will see here throughout this video, if you are unable to jump, you can't dodge those heavy shots, which is very unfortunate, to be honest with you. Because if you're getting spammed like crazy, you probably won't even have the time to charge up the gun. Considering the fact that for example, the Proton Freezer shoots 2 shots every, 3.5 to 4 seconds, which is the exact amount of time that is around, 80% of the way charged for the bow soul card, you won't be able to kill them before they're able to kill you. They'll be able to get 2 shots off of a heavy weapon on you, which you can't escape on Android, before you are even able to shoot your gun, and that is a major con of the weapon. Again, there are probably going to be some people who are regular players down in my comments who don't 3-cat spam saying the weapon is good. Of course, like I said, the weapon is great. If you're a non-3-cat spammer, it's pretty decent. Most players who are regular can deal with the fact that it has charge up time, but for someone who's so used to 3-cat spam especially, it's definitely very difficult. Now, additionally, guys, the fact that you are able to outrun any sort of area damage weapons, it definitely makes a huge difference in normal games, honestly. Area damage is definitely I guess you could say, dominant form of getting a kill in this game, because it's so easy to do. You don't have to hit them directly, you can just shoot around them, etc, etc. And unfortunately, guys, you can't do that on Android, which sucks, and I don't know why. They probably have the ability to add 3D touch to Android, but I don't know, it's just not really a thing yet. I don't know if we'll see it in the future or what, but the biggest reason, guys, you can't dodge area damage shots. You can't look around either. If you take your thumb off of the little shoot button, if you go too far away from it, it'll prematurely shoot, which kind of sucks. It might just be a glitch or something, but it will prematurely shoot without you even letting go of the button. And additionally, if you swipe your thumb all the way to the side of the screen, at that point you would have to waste a shot just so you can readjust your positioning to look around the other way. You would have to let go of the shoot button to readjust the way that you're looking, which will of course waste a shot of the gun, and it doesn't really make sense. So, to sum up, guys, this weapon doesn't work for 3-cat spam. It's very hard, if not impossible, to dodge any sort of heavy weapon spam because the mobility is so low, and you can't jump on Android, which sucks. So, it doesn't even have that much ammo either. It only has 13 or 12 shots or something like that, I don't know. But guys, overall, this weapon is going to be very easy to use on iOS because a lot of those things are possible, except for the fact that you do have to let go whenever you shoot. So guys, I just want to reiterate this one more time. This gun is not terrible. It's a great gun. It does a decent amount of damage, and there is one thing I forgot to mention sort of in the explanation of this. It took me 1,400 gems just to get the gun. Eventually, if you keep spending gems to try and get parts, it'll give you it'll actually have a less chance to give you any parts, which does suck. So you are very unlikely to even get this gun. It'll start giving you, like, if you spend 250 gems to open up a square or to spin the wheel, it will literally only give you something like 10 coins, which definitely sucks a lot. So it's definitely going to be very difficult to get this weapon, guys. But again, I just want to reiterate that it is not a bad weapon to use. For regular players, it'll probably be great. But for most people who play on Android, it's going to be very difficult to use, especially since you have to cancel your shot, charge up 5 seconds, and sometimes not even one-shot them. So I hope you guys did find this video educational or informational, whatever you guys want to call it, I don't know. I hope this video helped you guys out so you guys don't waste 1,400 gems like I did, only to never ever use this weapon because I just can't. Again, it's not a bad weapon. It's definitely a very cool weapon. It's probably the coolest weapon I have, but it's just not hard. It's just not easy for me to use. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys all next time.